So I just about 90% avoid all negative energy, people,
Yeah.
anything negative, um, because it's going to affect your mind. And
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
our body follows the mind. Our body's just here to carry the mind. So you need to make your mind stronger than it is. But anyways, I'll take your number and I'll call you now, and then I'll forward you that list.
I
Or do
won't
you,
give up my number. I just don't.
this trail's closed.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I'm assuming it's because they can't really regulate the like being on the right side, being on the left side. It's
Yeah.
just going one way and the other. But I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's a bummer. Are you hiking or doing homework?
Hiking and journaling at the top.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you find it more efficient
I
mornings
actually
opposed to night? I like doing it before bed.
the hike or
Oh
journaling.
no, journaling.
Oh, I actually do it like every day, but I've never actually done it up here. I was just kind of like I woke up really early and was like I think I'm gonna get up and journal at the top of Runyon. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's nice, beautiful day. So
Yeah, I was up here a little earlier yesterday, but I went up that high peak, this one on the left.
which is funny because that would probably be just as hard to regulate with that thing,
No,
but
people
only in
were.
that one way,
There
right?
was three. Correct. There was three individuals that were upset yesterday because you're going up and he's coming down, and then
Yeah,
he's just like, "Which way you're going?" I'm like, "I'm going right." I
yeah,
mean, I didn't take my earphones off, but I was like,
yeah,
older individuals, I guess, upset. You know.
yeah. And then they have people like sitting down, making sure you're wearing masks, which I have mine and I put it on,
Yeah,
as
I
I'm
did
going.
notice that towards the end of my hike at the gate, there'll be
Yeah,
somebody like on
and they're
the,
like
I think,
masks, and I'm like,
Vista
okay,
entrance,
yeah.
opposed to, but that gate's closed today, the one up in Mulholland,
Oh, is
for
it?
some reason, and there's people there at the gate, and like there's a chain around it, and yesterday morning it wasn't.
Hmm. I wonder if they open it at a certain time, maybe when those people come to sit on the
Could
monitors
be
and
a
tell you.
could be a possibility, because I would go like, I went up this way and then go down Mulholland to Outposts.
Okay.
That's pretty cool, because sometimes there's like a lot of people, and there was
Yeah.
quite a bit of people. But it's nice.
Sometimes,
But it's nice to be out.
yeah, it's good to like hear other people's conversations. Sometimes that's my favorite part of hiking. It's just like different languages and like hearing people talking and being like, all right,
What language? How many what languages do you know?
none. But I love like hearing other,
Cultures,
yeah,
culture experience.
yeah. No, I speak nothing else. I was trying to learn French in all of this and then stopped using the app. So
What app were you using? Because I'm actually for the last like 9 months been studying Rosetta Stone. I'm studying Russian.
okay.
I just really like the
Yeah,
Russian.
I've heard great stuff about it. I was just using an app called Duolingo. It's literally like almost like a little video game, and you like learn. I felt like
Yeah,
I was learning pretty quick, but I stopped doing it. So
I think how I took it for myself is that you gotta see, besides the purpose behind it, like what is it? What does that word mean to you?
yeah,
It's kind of like, let's just say if you, how should I put it? Let's just say that you meet this guy that you really like or find attractive, and you're like, his name is Jeff or John. You're probably going to remember Jeff or John opposed to all the other ones that come and introduce themselves to you,
yeah,
because that's the one that kind of stood out. So it's kind of like what's programmed in the mind as well,
yeah.
because we're
What's
just like
kind
this
of like
bot.
tied to something? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's interesting because I mean I took Spanish in high school and it was always like I passed, but I didn't really know how because
Y-
I was just like I'm good at homework, but I'm not good at like actually using it in day to
Practical.
day life.
Yeah.
So
You can do the homework, but not practical.
yeah,
That's pretty
not to
cool.
speak languages, but yeah,
I see that a lot in Venice and in like Santa Monica. That like a lot of different languages, and it's pretty
yeah.
cool. And I think like going out and traveling, you can explore a lot.
Yeah, I've never been out of the country, but there's something that I love about LA
How old
because
are you? Like 16?
me,
Yeah.
23, just turned 24,
Okay.
and
No, for the reason why is like it's just a beautiful thing out there.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm looking forward to like once everything's please don't slip and fall.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully all of this like ending and actually being able to travel because like I really really want to.
Are you like born and raised here?
I'm born and raised actually in Arizona.
Oh, cool.
I
How long
moved
you been in
here
LA?
a few years ago.
I got a really good friend. He lives in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, come to LA. He's like, I think I'm gonna make the move next month in July.
Yeah.
And I was like, hopefully the gyms are open by then. But yeah, but you could still like improvise, and there's a lot of things out.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I was like, no weights. It was too easy, and then I'm like, okay, let me throw on 15 pounds,
Yeah.
and then like change it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Hollywood side is probably the most, you could say, challenging because
Yeah,
it's a long.
I'm curious what trails are open. I think most of them are supposed to be now, but
No, they are. Just taking a stroll. This girl, she's like, hey, let's go to Jameson's. I'm like, yeah, let's go get a drink.
didn't even realize. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and like not just like Main Street and on the boardwalk, people are drinking. Everyone's having a good time. I was like,
Are they doing like
Th-
capacity limitations at all? Or
fuck no, because like, nah, there's like four at a table, small on the boardwalk on Venice. I was just like, okay, cool. So then I'm strolling down on,
Okay, cool, but yeah.
what's that?
I'm like, okay, cool too. I mean, my cousin is so scared. My cousin that I live with.
Yeah.
She's so scared of everything, and I can't tell where to be about it. I'm kind of just trying to be like, not naive, not ignorant in all of it, and respect her at least and make her feel comfortable. But
How old is she, if you don't mind me asking?
she's 29,
Yeah,
and she has asthma,
likewise.
so she's technically like high risk. So she's like, no, you really need to. She's like very scared of me even leaving at all. I think she's even weird about me coming here.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd because it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go hike. I hope you're okay with that.
I need some fresh air. I
Yeah.
gotta get out the house. Too much Netflix is not working out.
It's not working. Out.
What shows are you watching, by the way?
I watch a whole lot of The Office. That's about it. And
That one and Dexter, for some reason,
Yeah.
I don't have a subscription. There's a lot of activities I'm involved with, but a lot of individuals are telling me The Office and Dexter.
Have you seen Dexter?
I unfortunately got into it last year.
Okay.
It was so addicting that I probably watched, I don't know how many seasons, but all. I'm not sure if it was 5 or 6, but I watched them in probably a 2 to almost 3 week span. I watched all of them, only to the engagement's phenomenal. Like the engagement, it's incredible, and yeah, I thought it was a pretty good show. You know, I mean,
I loved it.
it was yeah. It's unfortunate too you take from that because it's all temporary. That certain shows could only go so long, but how long they made it, you know.
Yeah.
Same with like Games of Thrones. I didn't get into it until the fourth season, and then it's like it had to end
All
at
of that, but not from the beginning.
it had to end at some point.
Yeah, that was a really, really awful ending of a show. But
Which one?
Game of Thrones.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Barbara Dexter's sister
yeah,
dying.
yeah.
It was like
That was also like, I feel like it was fine. It was fine. I mean,
what? Like she paid. I'm gonna have a seat.
yeah, I mean, like she died, right?
Yeah.
She dies, and then he becomes like a lumberjack in
And that was it.
place, and that was it. I don't know. I was kind of like, I think actually somebody had told me the end, at least him becoming a lumberjack,
Yeah.
and I was just like, what? How do you get there? But I didn't mind that. I didn't hate the end of that show. All endings of shows are up for criticism because they're not going to make everybody happy. But
So regards to Games of Thrones, you were upset.
I was just like,
Really?
the whole last season felt very like we were going to get some crazy explanation, and I remember somebody saying like, no, it's going to end really stupid. They're like, no, they're smarter than that, and then they just weren't smarter than that.
Is it because she burned the whole city down, or is it because what's her name died, Daenerys?
All of it. I mean, like the fact that like Cersei died getting crushed in a building and nobody got to kill her. Like, I don't know. Just there were a lot of elements where everybody was just like, really, that was your choice?
Yeah.
None of it was shocking. And if it was shocking, it was because it was underwhelming. You know.
You don't think getting stabbed, Daenerys getting stabbed by Jon was not like
That was shocking.
that was like really?
Yeah.
I'm sure most of the people that watch probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because what took place, like you would at least expect it, but that's what had to be done.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she was like going ham on everybody. She was
Yeah.
like, well, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I literally.
Someone should have killed Circe. What's her name again?
Seriously,
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah. Someone should have potentially, but her getting crushed. But I guess it's kind of romantic because she passed away with or died
Yeah, with her brother
with
that
her
she really
brother,
loved. Yeah.
and then that love and hate with the brother, and then the tall girl.
Oh yeah,
He had
shoot, I can't remember her name.
she was
Sabrina.
big. Yeah,
Yeah, I love that actress too. She's dope.
she really was great. What are your thoughts about like every? Do you think it's like productive to stay home, depressing to stay home, or like what's your? I mean, just out of curiosity, your outlook,
I can't I can't tell. I think it's depressing to stay home for too long.
right?
I always considered myself to be an introvert, and then I was kind of like, damn, I miss my friends. Um, but I ended up kind of like quarantining with one of my friends, so now we've been able to like go on hikes and get drunk in our apartments or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Did you get drunk yesterday at your place?
day before,
Oh, the day before,
day
and you had
before,
a massive
middle of the
hangover, so you
day, we went
slept.
to bed
Got it.
really early.
Done. So it was a good Friday night.
Yeah,
Fucking
it was
A.
fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell where to be on the spectrum of things. Should I be like freaking out, or should I be like, hey guys, what are we freaking out about? But I think I'm like somewhere in the middle, and I'm just trying to like go with the flow. That's a huge fucking bird.
Oh, there's some bigger black ones on the upper
Did I see
peak.
it? There.
Yeah.
And then a little one.
Yeah. And then
But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to just kind of like keep to myself when I can, and
has it?
also like also like stick up for my happiness. If I feel like I need to go on a hike and my cousin's a little weird about it, I'm gonna be like, I respect your opinion, but I also don't feel like I'm being dangerous.
I
And
need
I'm gonna
fresh air. Yeah. I
and
mean, if you're touching plants or stuff like that, yeah. But I mean, I think in my perspective, it's whatever you touch and stuff like that. You can
yeah, I
kind
mean
of be
even getting
cautious
tested,
about it.
even getting tested to me is kind of silly because if I go to the grocery store today, I'm
Again,
technically could contaminate something could be contaminated that I touch, and
yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's kind of silly to me to get tested, but I did it for her, and it was just kind of like, well, why not? Um, and it was easy, painless. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm ready for.
Has it affected your school or work?
I'm a songwriter and like an artist,
Okay.
so I my life is going into a studio or like somebody's house and writing with like me, one other person, and a producer.
Yeah.
So that's like, and the music industry kind of shut down and all of it, and so it's been virtual sessions like using Zoom or
Right.
FaceTime or whatever to write.
Zoom blew up.
It's weird, but we can keep it like going, which is nice. But I'm like curious to see when three people will be like, hey, we could sit in a room together,
Yeah.
and maybe sit 6 feet apart.
That's what's
It,
gonna happen at restaurants when
yeah,
once they start opening up. I mean, they're gonna have 25% capacity and work their way up.
yeah. I mean, restaurants are open now,
Right.
which is like,
So why can't we position ourselves with two more individuals and sit at a big round table and mastermind and let's start to produce,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So we'll see. It's been weird, but what about you?
It hasn't. More work has increased, and I feel it can be depressing only if you allow it to. If you allow it to, but it really depends on your environment. So I just about 90% avoid all negative energy, people,
Yeah,
anything negative, um, because it's going to affect your mind. And
yeah,
our
absolutely.
our body follows the mind. Our body's just here to carry the mind. So you need to make your mind stronger than it is. So when I started coming up this incline, I was like, holy fuck, this is heavy. But like halfway, my heart was coming out of my chest. And then by the time I made it up here, I was like, okay, cool. I still got one more to go. And now I'm like, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to bring my weight vest or I'm going to change it up. So it's
Yeah,
all in the mind if you allow it to. And I think the moment you sit down and potentially start watching something, you could go down the rabbit hole if it's either via watching um, television or you're watching something on your computer. And especially how algorithms work, let's just say via YouTube, it's it can be pretty bad and a lot of time can be wasted. So that's why
yeah,
you have to, in my personal opinion, you have to do the most important slash things that weaken you first thing in the morning when you wake up because our willpower is tends to be always higher in the morning opposed to Murphy's Law throughout the day. Something will come up, and it's just not good. So like
Yeah.
the workouts, the ice baths have to be first thing in the morning, and then if I won that by 7 or 8 a.m., everything is gold, and then everything else is like a plus. And then at the
Yeah.
same time too is at the end of the day, um, I'll write all my accomplishments. Like I did my trail. What was different? I added some weights. What was different? I did this. I went to a different location, or sat down and I spoke to Carly because she was enjoying the view. I Not a lot of people write things down. I'm a huge believer writing things down. Like when I start doing brainstorming sessions, like I buy notepads by like the stack, and I start scrambling, and then I fine tune it and I put it in my book. Like you go to my car right now, there's like 3 books. Like I got my small little pocket one, 3 different sizes, and everything is in there because when you look back 3 years to that, and that's the reason why putting a date and time
Yeah.
and location, you might not know what you did February 13, 2009 at 12:47, but when you go back to that book and then on the front book, once that book is done, put the date and time from your first entry to your last entry at the end of the book. Put it with like a what's the type of marker? Just put it in the front book and then save those, so when you go back 5, 10, 15 years, and then maybe this is something that could potentially help your children if wanting to have children,
Yeah.
that they can look like this is okay. Let's go back this much time. This is where I was at, and you can show your daughter or
It's
kid.
actually hilarious that you're saying that because what I was about to write was now I started these journals because of something my friend Riley said about like I have all these nights and these moments that happen that are so awesome in the moment, and then I forget about them.
Yeah,
And I want to be able to like go back and show my children, and I was like wanting to write about what's going on in the world a little bit and like where I'm at, because I was like maybe one day when my kids are like, what were you doing when all this was happening, I can be like, let me find my journals, like let's read them because it's probably
yeah,
fucking crazy, you know. And I think taking a second to like be grateful and like note what you're grateful for is important too. I was listening to something that was like talk only about the good, think only about the good. Like obviously if you're going through something, it's good to write that out and write through it.
yeah,
But the other day I went to like write down something I was frustrated about, and then instead I went, okay, feeling really grateful for this right now.
yeah,
And like went on like a whole page about stuff I was grateful for. And then when I went to get to the part that I was frustrated about, I was like, but it's okay, like it doesn't really matter. Like once you like fill yourself with like gratitude and love, I think like it makes everything else easier.
What type of things, if you don't mind me asking, get you frustrated?
My cousin being weird about me like leaving,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It's kind of odd being
Let me ask you this question really quickly. Is your cousin, is she so paranoid? Is she wearing gloves? Is she wearing masks? Is she wearing goggles? Like,
not that intense. She wears a mask.
okay.
I don't know if she wears gloves when she goes to the grocery store, but that's about the only place she goes.
Yeah. Well, because she only has you as well, and you said you have another roommate, right? So,
No, it's just us. Yeah.
oh, your roommate is your
Yeah.
cousin. Okay, cool. So, yeah, okay. So she has you, so it's kind of like,
Yeah.
it's an attachment, and we kind of can get so attached,
Yeah.
and that's what's hard. And potentially, maybe from what I've heard and what I've seen for myself as well, is like we kind of get resentment for that individual.
Yeah.
But working on communication, as you mentioned, like, hey, I got to go for a walk, is really amazingly
Yeah, and I
helpful.
think she's
Because she's blood. What are you doing? What are you doing tomorrow?
tomorrow, Monday. I have a session.
What time? I
Um,
was gonna say if you, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do a different hiking trail if you wanted to join. I don't know if you want. We can meet there. I can pick you up. I'm not too far from here. I'm not debating. I could actually forward you the map, so you can have. I'll get it on a PDF format and just text it to you. And then yeah, you could like. Okay, now I have 37 parks.
37
Now I have 730 places to go.
Yeah.
So that means I have 37 days to get to work.
There we go. Yeah.
No, really. Are you usually like an early riser? It depends on your night.
I am not an early riser, actually.
Oh, I caught you at a good time today.
Yeah, I mean, I normally like probably sleep in. I mean, I can get up by like 8 or 9 very
Yeah.
comfortably, but yeah, the only reason I got up this early today is because I went to bed at 4:30 yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I had like a day like that last year when I was just physically shutting down where I was nodding, and I'm like, okay, now it's time to sleep 12 hours.
Yeah, and I probably
Done.
woke up a few times in the middle of the night, um, but I made myself go back to sleep. And every time I woke up, I was like, it could be 11 p.m. right now,
Yeah,
or it could be 2 in the morning. I don't know.
that's always a good feeling.
Yeah, and I was like, go back to sleep. Kept having crazy dreams. Um,
On
yeah,
Monday,
I like to get up early. Like in general, I would like to be an early rise. Like to be an early riser. It's a goal of mine.
I think like it's just about like setting a schedule that allows you to have more time. Obviously, it's harder and let's just say it's difficult when you're out and about in like late night and then you have to get up. Like no, I can wait
Yeah,
because the willpower is just shut down. You feel me? So
yeah,
I think like if you have like a disciplined time to do it, but at the same time too, it's like it's harder and unhealthier long term because of the fact that like back in the caveman days, like as soon as that sun came down, they were asleep because there was zero light.
yeah,
Like there was zero light, and then as soon as that sunrise came out, they were hunting already for their food for the day. So
yeah,
that's kind of like taking it back to the caveman days. So that's how they slept and the body, developed.
yeah.
But anyways, I'll take your number and I'll call you now, and then I'll forward you that list.
I
Or do
won't
you?
give up my number. I just don't.
Oh,
But
okay.
I can give you my Instagram. Is that cool?
I don't do social
Oh,
media.
you don't?
No, none. How? I mean, look, whatever you.
I literally, it's just like a thing I do. I just am like, I'm not gonna give up my number to people, but I can. I just, if you're on
I,
social media though, I support that. I'm into that. So,
yeah, no, no social media.
okay.
Zero.
But yeah, I'll take your number.
Okay, cool. It's 323.
323.
Hold on, I don't even know it. Can I call you and I'll just have it? I'll save it.
Yeah,
I'm not a. Trust me when I tell you, I'm not a creep.
you're good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What is it?
480.
480. Okay, cool.
There you are.
All right, sounds good. That was Francis. Carly.
Francis, and you go by Frank.
Hmm.
Would you say your name's Frank? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's legally it's Frank, but everyone calls me Francis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. From Runyon.
Yeah, you can say that. But yeah, definitely. Carly. Is it Ly or Le?
Ly and
Oh,
with a C. Carly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have another good friend. She's spells it Lecarle, Carly.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that's like one out of like so many that I meet. Everyone's always like
Yeah.
Ly.
It's funny. I met a couple Carlys in like middle school or elementary school,
Yeah,
and then haven't really met much since. But I see them on social media all the time. But
of course.
I never like. I don't have another Carly in my life. But yeah, Carly after Carly. So.
Very nice. What are your thoughts? Why is it a rule not giving your number usually?
It's just kind of like, you know, if you go to a bar and somebody asks for your number or whatever, it's easier to just be like, you can follow me on social media, and it just feels like I have a little bit more control over that than actually giving out my personal phone number,
Yeah,
where somebody can call you nonstop or whatever, like
right.
But I don't know. It's
But
just
having an iPhone too, if that person calls you more than 3 times and
block
just
them.
that's it, done.
Yeah, it's true.
It's that simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just been a thing that like me and my friends do, where it's like I don't give my number,
Only
phone
social
number to
media.
my socials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what happens when, in your perspective, if the guy has a horrible social media? Let's say you get someone on social media, right, and you don't like his posts, his stories. Do you judge truthfully off of that person's character prior to going out with them? Like, let's just say he's doing his thing, he's adding a lot of girls on there, and then he's trying to get you out, and he's consistent. Are you gonna hold judgmental on his stories or posts?
I
Because
don't
obviously
know. I
that's gonna
mean,
that shows everyone's personality. Bottom line.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's I don't experience it much.
Yeah.
I don't like have people. We don't like exchange stuff, and then I go on and kind of like stalk them or whatever. Like, I don't know, if I have a good conversation with somebody, I just trust my gut, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
The gut is fucking real.
very, very,
It's
very real.
very real.
Yeah.
On Monday, what's today? Sunday. Monday last week, Memorial Weekend. I woke up at like 2:30 in the morning, and I just got to Malibu. 11:23. I missed the call, so I'm up on the trail. I just looked at my voice message text, and I was like, wait a second. So then I called. Your storage unit was broken into. We need you to come down. I'm on top. Like, it's gonna be a far commute. Bottom line, they broke into 16 units, and mine was hit pretty hard. Like, they took my door out, and they cleared it out pretty well, and I lost a lot, like a lot. And just the way the management happened it. But my gut said, go check the storage at like 2 something in the morning, because the hours of operation of the facilities is from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week, just standard sunlight days, hours. And the crooks that were there, they were there in between the hours of 2 and 5. Obviously, it was dark. And yeah, they got away with it. And yeah, it shows my electrical bicycle rolling out. They took quite a bit. Was I upset? No, I just take a lesson.
Yeah,
Got a second opinion from an attorney. It looks pretty positive on my side.
yeah, and listen to that moment and like look back on that moment of being like, my body knew, you know, my gut knew, and like that's
100%. It's
make
true.
it's like a superpower. It is. It's like it's our way to be in tune with what's happening.
What's your last gut feeling you had?
The last gut feeling I had. Shoot, I don't know. That's a weird. That's like a good question, but I don't know.
I got many good questions, like, but I'm not gonna take your time. Yeah.
Feeling I had. I don't know. I don't know if I have an answer for that. Trusting that, like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm good at like guessing things
Yeah.
here and there. My mom and I were playing a game a while back where it was like, think of a thing, and I'm gonna like try to guess the thing you're thinking of, and I was like relatively able to guess what she was thinking of. So that's like more of just a guessing game, but
But that's like a great.
testing yourself.
That's a
Yeah.
great brain development.
Exercise.
Yeah, it's a great brain development, especially doing that like first thing in the morning, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that was my last. I'll ask you that. I'll ask you that in the next coming days if we go hiking. I'll be like, okay, have you got? Actually, I'll give you homework. You think about that, and be like, okay, you know what? Actually, this is my last one on this day and day. Let me go back to my journal. My gut feeling told me this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I need to like listen to that, be more connected to that. This car's coming back up the hill.
You're kidding me. Holy. Yeah, it's gonna come. That's,
I guess that's the only way that we get home. Also, if that gate up there is closed,
it's completely closed.
yeah.
That one's closed and that one's
Yeah,
closed.
then this must be
Because he cannot go down the dirt road. It's the gate where that security or the worker is checking people's masks at the gate. So that being said, he couldn't get out. That's really. All right, Carly. It was great talking to you.
Have a beautiful rest of your day.
Yeah, likewise.
Get down the mountain safely.
That's too easy. Yeah, already cool down. Increase my heart rate. Jack it up. I'm gonna hit that peak.
Just
Go to the farmer's market.
book it.
Yeah, not like the farmer's market. They got a lot of good options there.
It's good that it's open.
Yeah, yeah. I think the farmers too. It's like I think people just want to get out.
Yeah.
Like bottom line, and that's what we have to show them. Just like support, even like the small places.
Yeah.
Yeah, my barber, he was. They shut his barber shop down like 2 months ago, and he was like, he just opened up the Friday. He was all excited, and I was like, cool.
Yeah.
But before then, like he was cutting my hair at my house. But I would pick him up, go cut my hair at my house, and yeah, it's like hygienes. Anyways, all right, Carly, I'm gonna message you later,
Okay.
and then we'll be in touch.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Have a good
Yeah,
day.
likewise.